Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. Man, how are we doing today? It is an absolutely beautiful day up here on the shore of the Great Lakes, up here in Wisconsin, north of Milwaukee. Picking up a load here in the morning. Gonna run it down to North Carolina. Anyway, it's a real pretty day up here. Man, it's kind of cool and chilly. You know, this is July and I've been up here at North and man, it's cold up here at night. I was wearing a hoodie last night, keeping freezing my tail off. Before I get into today's video, I was delivering a load down in Illinois earlier today and ran into another Magnum driver. As I was going out, he was coming in, and we stopped right there in the driveway and chit-chatted for a minute. So I wanted to give a shout out to Carl. He may not want his last name out there, so I won't put it out there, but Carl seemed to be a real nice guy. Definitely the kind of guy we'd want here at Magnum. He come to us. He's hadn't been here that too long. I think he said like this was his 8th load, you know, so don't know how long he'd been here, but he hadn't been here very long. And he come to us with 5 years experience. Man, gotta love that, right? 5 years experience. And he came from one of those great big mega carriers. I'm not going to disc him on my channel, but it starts with a P. Anyway, and I just asked him, I'd never met him before, and asked him his name and stuff and how long he'd been with Magnum. He told me, fairly just started. He's got 8 loads with us so far. Asked him how he's liking it, and he said, man, I wish I'd have known about this job before. He goes, so far, man, I'm loving it. Now, we're pretty casual here. We just run our faces off, man. If you're willing to run your face off, we'll throw the freight at you. We got the freight. That ain't no problem. But anyway, congratulations on your new job, Carl, and we're glad to have you. Seemed like a real nice guy. He's all smiling and everything. All happy with life. That's what I like. Let's see. I stopped down in Wisconsin. Had to go to Walmart. And Walmart requires that you wear a mask. We don't have a whole lot of choices where we can go shopping. Most times the only place we can get a big truck into is Walmart. So I'm on this new campaign that if you're going to make me wear a mask, I'm going to wear this one. Now, before you go thinking about it, I know a whole bunch of you are going to want this same mask. Believe it or not, I didn't buy it like this. I just got out my ink pen and drew it on there myself. I kind of was wondering, what kind of reaction I would get from the majority of the people. And I'm going to tell you that 99% of the people that I ran into were nice and happy and and everything was cool. I did run into this one guy that saw my mask and he was rather grumpy. I would take it that he wasn't a Trump supporter. I'm just guessing. He's going to have a real sad day in November. I'm so sorry, but not really. Let's see, what do I want to talk about? Had a guy commented on one of my recent videos, wanted to know if I chewed tobacco when I was training. I chew tobacco all the time, brother. What, you think because you're getting on my truck as a trainee, I'm going to quit tobacco? Not happening. And I can guarantee you don't want to see me without tobacco. I'm not the most pleasant human being to live with in the first place. Without tobacco, let me put it this way. Back home, if I was quitting tobacco, I would have people come from as far as a mile away bring me a can going, brother, you really need this. I mean, please give us all a break. I mean, I am bad. I turn into a savage idiot, and I don't like nothing and nobody or nothing, and I'm liable to pull a sword at any moment. Now, you don't want me without my tobacco. But these are the things that are covered before you come on a trainer's truck. For instance, I chew tobacco, but I can't stand cigarette smoke. And I don't even like having a cigarette smoker in my truck. You get outside and go smoke your cigarette, and then you come back in, you get in my truck, I still smell it. I don't want to smell it. So if you're a cigarette smoker, I'll put up with you, but I'm not going to allow you to smoke in my truck. I don't like it. I'm going to tell you I don't like it. Now, I'm not going to bitch and cry every time you get in, you smell like cigarette smoke, but I don't like it. But I don't allow you to smoke in my truck, period. Here's another thing, I got a dog on the truck. If you don't like dogs, don't get on my truck. These are the questions they'll ask you when they're pairing you up with a trainer. If you don't want to go on a truck with a tobacco user, they'll find one that's not a tobacco user. If you don't like dogs, they'll find you a trainer that don't have a dog on the truck. They'll accommodate a little bit. That being said, here's the deal, all right? You're coming in as a trainee. You're going to be trained how to do this job for 30 days. Let me kind of give you an idea of how that talk goes down when you first meet. This is kind of something that I'd say just about to every trainee. This is the deal. This is my truck. I live in my truck. This is my home. I'm inviting you into my home for 30 days. You are a guest in my home. You are going to do my job for 30 days. And I'm going to coach you how to do my job. And since it's my job, it's going to be done my way. You need to understand that when you get on a trainer's truck. The trainer is not here to appease you. You've heard stories about trainees being left on the side of the road or in a truck stop somewhere. That happens. I know one trainer, well, he's not actually training anymore. He was. And he's actually known as one of the best trainers that there is. Guy had like 30 years experience. Turned out exceptionally good drivers. Great trainer, all right? But they would forewarn you, because he didn't put up with any crap whatsoever. And they would have to tell a trainee before they put him on his truck that if he throws you off the truck somewhere out in BFE in Arizona, Colorado or Wyoming or down in the Carolinas, just because he threw you off the truck doesn't necessarily mean you're fired. He was pretty hardcore. Good trainer. Turned out good drivers. And yeah, he was hard to live with. Good trainer. His drivers went on to have successful careers. And understand, that's your purpose. Okay, you did what you need to do to get your CDL. You've researched your companies to find out where you're going to get the best seat. But I think through the whole process of getting into your own truck, the hardest thing is that 30 days with a trainer. That's tough. I don't care who you are. Now, I'm an old Marine, and I'll tell you that I went into it kind of like a deployment. If you go in on a 6-month deployment, you start counting the days. I got this many days left. I'm here to complete a goal, a mission. This is what I'm going to do. As soon as I get done, I'm going home. I'm going my way, right? Same thing, go to boot camp. You got so many days in boot camp. You have a goal, get that Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, become a Marine so that you can go start your life, right? That's a lot about what the same thing as 30 days on a trainer truck. You're on a goal, you're on a mission. Get through that 30 days so you can get the career of your dreams. That's what that's all about. When I train, I train. In other words, if you're driving my truck, I'm going to be sitting in that right seat. I'm going to tell you everything about how I want you to do this job. I'm going to tell you everything about the way to operate this truck. I've got 30 days to feed you as much possible information as I can. And I'm going to tell you about everything that I can. How to handle shippers, receivers, how to control the truck, how to back. We are going to back this truck. So the day that you go into your solo truck, you're ready to do this job. Not only are you ready to do this job, but you know how to live out here, how to live the lifestyle, how to take care of yourself, how to be safe. We're also going to talk about career development, different ideas and things that you may want to develop your career. We got 1 year goals, 2 years goals, 5 years goals. And depending on what you want to do in life, we'll talk about longer than that. But understand, when you come on a trainer's truck, it's his truck. You're in his house. And you're a guest. And treated as such. And just know that you got to put up with him for 30 days so that you can achieve that goal. That's what it's all about. Now, let's get to the dark side of training, because there is a dark side to it. And I don't care who you are. If you've ever had relatives come to visit during the holidays, you have somebody come into your house. You may love them to pieces. You may just think they're the greatest thing in the world. But generally by about the fourth day, it's like, dude, man, I love you and everything, but you gotta go. When we're training, we don't have that option. We're going to be together for 30 days, no matter what. Now, my trainees, and I run into them all the time. I ran into Aaron the other night. Aaron's been out here for, I don't know, 6 months or longer. Run into Aaron, same location. We're talking, we're friendly. We're good friends now. I'm going to tell you, we weren't at the end of 30 days training. Even when I come in with my trainer to get into my solo truck, at the end of 30 days, we weren't talking to each other. We were not happy with each other. Doesn't matter if we like each other. We're on a mission, we're on a goal. And that was to get me in that solo truck. And God bless him, he saw me through to that. What I'm getting at is 30 days for two guys to be in a truck is too long. By about 26 days, too long. And understand the emotions that you're going to go through. The first week, you're going to think this trainer is probably one of the greatest men you've ever met in your life. Could be. If he's a good trainer. By the second week, you've had enough of him. By the third week, you're probably hating his guts. Okay? And by the fourth week, when he kind of turns you loose to do the job and he's kind of staying off your case a little bit, see if you can get to be friends again by the time you get back to the terminal and get into your solo truck. Just being real with you folks. Training is tough. There's a reason why everybody doesn't train. A lot of people think, man, I want to be a trainer. And then they find out that they don't. The hardest thing a company has to do is to keep trainers. I couldn't train all the time. I'm going to tell you right now. If I had to train all the time, I've got to have a break in between trainees. I've trained for 30 days, and then I need at least 30 days of running solo before I take on another trainee. I've got to have that break time. I got to relax a little bit. Training's hard. It's hard training drivers. And you're doing your best, and every trainee that you have is different. And you as the trainer are adapting your style and everything that you can to get the best results with that trainee. Some guys, you raise your voice to, they fall to pieces. They can't handle that. Some guys, if you don't raise your voice to them, they ain't gonna listen to you. I mean, you have got to adapt to the situation, to the trainee, to get the best results. And I also think that a trainer should high stress a trainee for a period of time. Put him under some stress. Put him under some stress while you're in the truck with him. It'll make it a lot easier for him to handle the stress when you're not there. There is no manual that says do this, do this, do this, do this, do this in training. There's a general outline and there's a few goals to achieve, but every trainer is a little different on their methodology of how they teach this skill. And it is a skill. I miss that fly. I got flies in my truck. I had my windows down earlier, now I got flies. I hate flies in my truck. I try to make training as enjoyable as possible. Nobody wants to be miserable. And they tell me, I've been told, that I'm one of the more easygoing trainers. I've actually called in, when I'm having a problem with a trainee and been told that, hey, if he doesn't make it with you, we're going to let him go because you're one of the easiest going trainers. If he can't get along with you, it ain't happening. I've heard that. My main goal when you get on my truck is to get you in that solo truck so that you can have your career. Now, I'm going to do everything possible to make sure that happens. But I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy on the trainee. It's not going to be easy on the trainer. Training sucks. On both sides of the fence. It just does. I don't know a trainer one that wouldn't rather run solo than have a trainee on the truck. And I don't know a trainee that would rather be with a trainer than be in a solo truck. It's just part of the beast, man. It's the beast. Everybody's got to do it. We've talked a lot about, there's got to be another way that we can do this. For the most part, there isn't. This is the most economical way to turn out a driver. There's a reason why the majority of people do it this way. Now, that being said, if you get on a truck with a trainer and there's something going on that y'all just can't personally jive, if you have such a personal problem that you cannot acquire the skills and you cannot learn how to do the job because of the trainer, you need to get off his truck and get another trainer. If you have a trainer that's not training you, and what I mean by that, some companies are set up to where they don't really train, they team drive, where the trainee is driving the truck and the trainer is in the rack. That's not training. I don't understand how you're going to teach anything like that. If you have a trainer that's just using you for the miles, I'd probably say you need to find a different company to go to work for. But it's hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it anyway. I think training is hard. It's hard to be the trainer. It's hard to be the trainee. That being said, everybody that has ever got on my truck as a trainee has graduated into their solo truck. Every one of them. Except one. He quit. I had one guy quit on day 12. And the fact of the matter was, he didn't want to do the job. He was refusing to do the job. He refused to take any instruction, and he refused to do what he was told. To the point, and I wasn't letting up on him. You're going to do the job. You're going to do the job. He wasn't willing to do the job. On day 12, he quit. Out of all the trainees, you know what, and I've had so many trainees at this point, I don't even know if I don't know how many trainees I've had. I know I run into them all the time. They tell me stories. Like I had two trainees, Ross and Gary, met up with each other. They were talking to each other, and they both realized that I was their trainer. And Gary asked Ross, goes, how'd you survive dealing with Walt? And Ross goes, we'll just say that Walt has a very strong personality. Ross was being very kind, okay? Because, yeah, I know, I'm demanding, I'm hard, I'm not easy. And you know what? Training goes two ways. Not only do I teach everything that I could possibly know, but I can't help but learn something from a trainee as well. Every trainee I have on my truck, I learned something. That may not necessarily be something about how to drive the truck, but I'll learn a life lesson. I'll learn something. Anyway. Wow, the video's gone on for 23 minutes. Not really sure I even want to publish the video. You know, it's not the raw upbeat of most of my videos. Training's tough. It is. There is a reward in it as well. And that reward goes, when you see that young man get into a solo truck, that's a rewarding thing. Now I know they definitely think it's a reward. Hey, I'm in my solo truck, I'm free, you know. There's that. But also, even after they get in their solo truck, you know, they're going to have questions along the way. You're going to hear from them pretty often when they first get in their solo truck. You know, first couple days for sure. Then after they start getting everything down pat, you don't hear from them for a while. And it may be 6 months or longer. And then all of a sudden they'll come back around because there's a camaraderie. You know, you all survived 30 days on a truck with each other. You know each other. And there's not a trainee one that hasn't graduated into their solo truck that I don't take pride in calling them my friend. So I do my best to start them out the best I can. Okay, enough about that. Time to rest and relax Man, I've been chowing good. I've been cooking some unbelievable vittles lately. Man, I had a hamburger steak and I fried some squash, well, sauteed, I guess you'd say, some squash and zucchini and butter, and then left the juice in the pan and fried a hamburger steak in it last night. That was, oh my mercy, that was good stuff. And had my famous sausage gravy earlier today, and I've been eating good. I tell you what, I cook more and more on the truck. I eat better, I enjoy my food a lot better when I cook on the truck. You just can't get good food out here anymore. Restaurant's not going to cook not near the meal that you can cook yourself. Talked to another driver today, experienced driver. She was cooking prime rib in her truck tonight. Mercy. Called and left her a message, said, by the way, how you cooking that prime rib? She never did give me a holler back. Yeah, learn how to live out here, guys. Live your life. Well, we're going to pick up this load up here in the morning, and we're going to head down to North Carolina. Anyway, I hope y'all have an absolutely blessed day. Remember, you can change the world. All you got to do is be nice to each other. Bye-bye.